St. Elmo's fire isn't just the name of a 1980s movie. It's actually a beautiful weather phenomenon, and on Monday it was caught on camera. Check it out. It looks like little flashes and bolts of lightning, but that's actually St. Elmo's fire. Think of it as a continuous spark at the nose of a plane from a very active and electrified atmosphere. Pilots caught this rare scene when they were moving planes out of MacDill Air Force Base near Tampa ahead of the storm.
Wow, it's not just a Brat Pack movie. There
It's
really
not.
is. There really
It's
is
not. It's a legit
What?
thing, and actually it dates back into antiquity. There's references to it on the tops of sailor ships and whatnot. The electrical charge builds up on the tips of pointy objects, typically.
I see that same thing when my wife gets upset coming out, you know.
You?
I just really electric
boy.
sometimes.
You like the couch, don't you?
Good night, honey. I love you. She's great. She really is.
And patient.
Very
God
patient,
bless you,
yeah.
Steph.
Yeah.
You are one
There
patient
you go.
woman.
That's right. Guys, not a lot of weather worries. I mean, let's be completely honest around here. We fall in a great spot on the weather map, and that's going to carry us through what happens to be a holiday weekend. So let's jump into it. Today, officially 67 degrees. When did the 67 happen? Well, not during the daylight hours, 3 a.m. Notice it's been a downhill spiral from there. We spent much of the day at 62, 63 degrees. It was a fall preview today, but it's not going to last long. Chug your pumpkin spice lattes because we're going to start to warm on up here. We're in the 50s this evening. Tonight's not the night that it gets real chilly. We're going to be cool tonight, much like we've been, but we still have a wind to help mix up the atmosphere. It will be a breezy night. Good windows open kind of night. You'll hear the trees and the leaves out there. And, you know, I know the supermoon's going on. I know we've got some clouds out there. There's some hope, though. We do have some clearing out towards Erie and Huron County. Boy, you deserve it after the weather you went through last week. We've got high clouds in the south actually streaming off of the tropical storm down in the areas of the Carolinas, and we've got kind of stubborn low clouds across the rest of northeast Ohio, courtesy of Lake Erie and that cold air coming across. We've got high pressure, though, and that high pressure is bringing drier air in, so we should see some clearing as we go throughout the overnight. Any effects of Idalia will stay down towards the south. That's the good news. This frontal boundary kind of acts like a wall. You can see the high cirrus clouds coming off of that, but high pressure is really going to be our big story here over the next couple days. Latest on Idalia, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It is a tropical storm. It's got legs on it, moving northeast around 21 miles per hour. Notice how it heads out to sea, but kind of lingers here, kind of like the party guest that doesn't leave. It's going to be hanging off out towards the coast. Some of the models brought it back into Florida later next week. None of the models say that now. That's the good news. Big look at the tropics. So we've got that. We've got Franklin, which will continue to head out to sea as well. Two areas to watch, but I do think we go kind of quiet, at least over the next week or so in the tropics, especially compared to where we've been. So that's good news for all of our Gulf Coast states. Back at home, National Design Martin hour-by-hour forecast. Back into the 40s tonight, mid-40s if we clear out. I'm kind of hesitant. These clouds are lingering a little bit longer, but we will see some upper 40s in spots tomorrow morning. A cool start will give way to a nice breeze and a sun-filled afternoon. This is when we can start the stopwatch on the sunshine, because we're going to have many days in a row of sunshine, just a couple clouds here and there, just downright gorgeous tomorrow. The cool night, I think, is tomorrow night into Friday morning. Look at some of these numbers, low 40s, and I believe this, reason why we've got high pressure that'll be right over us, providing that sinking motion, maximum cooling. So a chilly start to your Friday, warming up nicely in the afternoon. That's going to be really the story as we go throughout the extended. The warm-up is still going to come, though. That big ridge out towards the west continues to build. This is the latest model run, and you can see how that ridge kind of expands right over northeast Ohio as we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week. There will be a frontal boundary late week that helps to knock those temperatures back down, but overall we're dealing with a warm start to September around here that looks to have some staying power. Notice our weekend temperatures, we're pushing 90 degrees by Labor Day. It will feel warm outside, especially if you're in the sun. Remember, it feels about 10 degrees warmer, so it is going to be a hot Labor Day weekend. In terms of 90s, though, our last average 90s, August 20th, so we're beyond that. That's okay, though. 10 out of the last 13 years, it's been September or later, so we can still produce 90-degree days. It just gets a little harder to do around here, and we do have that chance, several chances next week. But if you look at the muggy meter, we stay comfortable through some of this heat, really through Sunday. It's once we get into Sunday night and Monday, we'll start to creep up that humidity, and that's when it's going to get kind of uncomfortable around here later next week. Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast, beautiful for the air show. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't. We warm up into the low 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, and there's that front. No rain in forecast right now, so we are going to go dry. I know we need the dry out, but you get 10 days of dry weather. You need to start watering things around here. Guys.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot.